Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When last we left off, last I left off with Gnarlo, he was over at the party tree, and that's why he currently has a fishing rod in his hand. But we have traveled all the way back down here to the Wildermore area, right around in here, looking for Nona's Cave. I know it's right in this area somewhere. I think it's a little to the north of us, actually. But we wandered across as we've been doing it. We came across the Lonely Height here. So that is going to be a travelogue entry to get things started off the bat. So we will do that right quick, and then I will rejoin you as soon as we get back to Nona's camp, which I've got to kind of find again. I know the general location. I think it's on the other side of the Lonely Height here. I think it's just right over the top of this. But we'll get back to it in just a second as soon as we get the travelogue out of the way. The Lonely Height. You have discovered the Lonely Height, where a lone man has made his home. I promised you we'd be back in just a second, and indeed it was directly to the north of where the Lonely Height was. The Lonely Height is just on the other side of this cliff. And there's the entrance to Nona's Cave again. So let's go back inside there, talk to Nona. I know with the quest that she gave us, we've got like 4 of the refugees inside the cave that we need to talk to. That won't be rough. There's Miss Nona. Did we not ever take that quest? Did we not pick it up from you, dear? Let's see here. Too great a need? Let's see. No, that's book 11. Here we're on chapter 9. Nona has asked you to speak to the survivors from Bir Tor, but has nothing else to say for now. We'll pull this up and we'll take a quick look at the Epic Volume 3? Is it? I think. A Song for Bir Tor. Yep. Let's look at the bestowal dialogue here. Look at the history of it. It's been quite a while since we've been doing this. We've had a festival and a couple other things out of the way. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that and read it back to you now, just to refresh my memory, if nothing else. Nona told us that the survivors in her care came from the city of Bir Tor, according to Gleowine's map. That is north of here along the road, amid the high knolls of Wildermore. We've already had our argument in the last episode about whether these are the high knolls or not. My master has also expressed a desire to see the city. I believe he has the kernel of a song in his heart and desires to see what has befallen Bir Tor in order to make that kernel set forth its shoots. If we find orcs there, as we certainly must, we will slay them. If Nona's heart beats for the people under her care, so too does mine, Gnarlo. Horn is ready to follow Nona to the cave she mentioned in the mountains, but the road leads first to the city of Bir Tor. All right, we found Bir Tor. We defeated orcs. Gleowine desires to compose a song. He sang his song while we were fighting the orcs. We did all that. There we go. Yes, defeat the orcs. My God, it was a long battle, and it was a long song. Until we get Nona's Cave is in the northwestern heights of the rocky crags in the high knolls in Wildermore. Gleowine's finished his song. Horn is satisfied with the orcs you have defeated. If this is the cave of which Nona spoke, she will likely be somewhere inside. And the survivors Nona rescued from Bir Tor can be found throughout the 2 chambers of her cave. So let's go and talk to the various survivors now that we have to talk to. Here is Elda. We will talk to Elda.
You're a friend of Nona? She is a remarkable girl.
You are a friend of Nona, then? She is a remarkable girl. I did not know the Dunlendings had the capacity for kindness.
He coughs weakly.
My name is Elda, and when the orcs came to my city, I picked up sword and shield and thought to fight. But it is a great piece of masonry crumbled, not 2 yards from where I stood, and
Elda shudders with the memory.
I awoke in this cave. I think the orcs thought I was dead. I am fortunate. Nona found me, or I would be dead.
Okay, so Rohirrim getting a appreciation for the Dunlending through the little Dunlending girl here. Are you wearing a football helmet? Looked almost like it.
Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine.
Is this Ema?
My name is Ema. Any friend of Nona's is a friend of mine, and a friend of my family's, though most of them be dead. The city had no chance. The orcs climbed the stony cliffs around Bir Tor under cover of the night, and by morning the unnatural snows had come. We could fight against orcs, even such orcs as these, but there was more, a great shadow in the darkness.
Ema shivers at the memory.
I will know forever the names of the orcs that slaughtered my friends and my family as they ran, Gnarlo. One day, when I am recovered, I will hunt them down and show them what their attack on Bir Tor has cost them, their future days.
All right, we need to talk to Elfgafu and the Dying Man. Okay, is this the other? Now that's Coridan. There's Elfgafu. So Gleowine and Coridan have come over here to give such comfort as they can, I suppose.
I never thought I would owe such a debt to a Dunlending.
I am Elfgafu, friend of Nona. I saw to the horses of Bir Tor, Gnarlo, and it was their panic that saved me. I was given warning enough of the orc attack that I was partway down the hill when the giant
Elfgafu trails off, visibly upset by the memory.
All of us owe our lives to Nona. I never thought I would owe such a debt to a Dunlending. But there it is, Elda. Ema and I would be dead if it were not for her ministrations. I do not know the name of the other man she saved. I do not recognize him. He may not be from Bir Tor. This may be heartless, but I fear he will die before I learn his name. That is a sad truth indeed.
There's the dying man. This man is close to death, and his sightless eyes cannot focus on you. You wonder what it is he is seeing, and hope will soon find peace from it. Surprised he didn't die right in front of us. What did the other thing say? The man stares forward with sightless eyes, and his breathing is shallow and ragged. He makes no sign of seeing you.
I wonder what became of the horses of Bir Tor.
I wish there were a way for me to repay them. Without their panic, I might not have known to flee before it was too late. I suppose they've all been slain or eaten by now. Hello. Okay, let's go back the other way. I don't know why I got sudden impression of Willy Wonka when I saw Coridan there. That was weird. Not sure why, but that's what went through my head, was not Willy Wonka in particular, but the movie.
One day I will kill the orcs responsible for this. One day.
Nice to remember to look in and see what their little
I'm
stuff
fortunate
is.
Nona found me. I would be dead if she'd not.
It's fun to look in and see what they have to say if you go in and see them again. All right, a song for Bir Tor.
Do you see now why I cannot abandon these people?
Do you see now why I cannot abandon these people, Gnarlo? I have to know they are safe. I have been speaking with Horn, and he understands.
Nona turns the full force of her scowl upon Horn, who seems to have lost his voice temporarily.
He understands, she continues. Thank you for all of the root vegetables also.
Boil them, mash them, stew them in a pot.
I will see if that will help spur the recovery of those in my care. I fear it will not be enough for the dying man in my care.
Ema told me the apothecary was attacked early during the fall of Bir Tor.
Chapter 10, Recipe for Remedy.
I am a warrior of the Uk-Luth, friend. I am no poet. I do not know this man's name, and none of the others are brought here have seen him before. His eyes do not see me, and his health is failing more rapidly with every hour that passes. He is a dying man, and that is what I will call him, though it seems cruel.
I fear if nothing changes, he will not live much longer. Emma told me the apothecary was attacked by the orcs early during the fall of Bir Tor, and they stole many useful poultices and medicines. If you can recover these dried herb bundles from orcs throughout the high knolls, we might use them to slow the decline. For a time. Working on my second cup of coffee for the day. It's always a pleasure. So collect dried herb bundles from the orcs in the high knolls. That is what we shall do. I'm still going to hold off on starting on Book 11, so we know where we start Book 11 from now. We do not have to go searching for it. And let's see if we can find the exit. There's the exit. Let's head on out. We are going to go out and kill orcs in the high knolls. That shouldn't be too much of a much because we have seen plenty of them about while we were here. So, no big deal. We are going to, once again, look where we are, way over here. We're going to head over here to where it actually says high knolls and see if we can find some orcs to kill. So while we were doing that, when we find one, I will get back to you, see if he drops the bundles that we need as we skirt around all the Grims here. And I will see y'all in just a few moments. Alright, we've had to ride for a ways, I swear. Like I said, way over here is, just past that is the Lonely Height, and we've had to come way over here near Schulfig to find a orc, a high knolls archer. So let's go ahead and fight him. It looks like there's a marauder up there too. So, we're going to go into our burglar mode here. And just right up yonder is also the bunny on a bear skin. Thank you, I think, Trotter, for pointing that out. I cannot believe I did not make the connection with that rabbit up there, that it was a bunny on a bear skin. Usually my mind and my sense of humor is usually a lot dirtier than that. I'm surprised that it wasn't one of the first things that stuck into my head. I'm afraid I'm getting old. Slowing down, but alright, we've collected an herb bundle. But that also tells you that, I mean, you have to be a certain age to know what a bunny on a bear skin was, you know? I don't know if there's anyone. The orcs that attacked Bir Tor stole these bundles of dry herbs from the apothecary there. They may have healing properties. I'm not sure if there's anyone under a certain age who would know what a bunny was. I mean, I think it was Hugh Hefner died, what, 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago that he's been dead. And in this day of the internet, it is, Playboy just isn't that big of a deal anymore, you know? Alright, we are going to kill a few more of these orcs. See if we can't get some more of these dried herb bundles. That's 2 of 5. I see some more volunteers over there, so I'm going to take them out. And then we will head back over to Nona's cave where I will catch you. Ooh, it's getting late. Look at the sun shining down through the fogs and the mist here. I'm going to take out a few more orcs. And oh, and by the way, the Grims and the cats, the snow stalkers like that one, they are all threatening. They scowl at you. Whoops. They scowl at you, ready to attack if you get close. So if you stayed in their territory long enough, they would definitely aggro on you and attack you. But as long as you just move on past them, they don't seem to have any issue with you being right there with them. Now, for instance, this guy, we're gonna have to attack him. See, the snowy Grim threatens to attack, so I need to pull him away from the Grim. Let's go over the hill so that he's gonna have to come over after us. As our burglar heal kicks in. Is that Grim gonna move out of the way, or are we gonna have to fight them both? Guess we're gonna have to fight them both. It doesn't look like he's going to move away from the Grim. We'll go ahead and take him out. Probably go ahead and take the Grim out here in just a second. Yep, there he goes. He's attacking us now. That's fine. We'll find weakness on you too, buddy. Beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, taking out these Grims. Oh, been incapacitated. Wow. I did not realize. I did not check what my health was doing there. Okay, I did not check what my health was doing there, but fortunately I had a revive. Hadn't been using it in a while. That was one of the advantages of being away from the battle here for so long. And going and doing some festival stuff. Let's see if we can take out this leader. You would be tucked right in the middle of all these aggro things, wouldn't you? It's nice though. It's cool to actually be in a situation where landscape things can bug us. Like I said, we got all these even levels that we actually have to be careful around. It's been quite a while before Rohan. Before I've, since I've had a situation where I've had to actually worry about more than getting fewer than 2 or 3 things, you know, when there's all those light blues that I was fighting, like over there in Dunlin, light blues and light greens, they were... I could take on 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 at a time, depending on my tactics. But here, you get 2 of these white level ones on you, and you suddenly got a problem. Refreshing change of pace. I was just going to fight them, but then I got to talking, and you know how it is when I get to talking. So I think this should be hopefully our 5th one. Yep, there's our 5th thing of dried herbs. Nice. Okay, we're going to head back over to Nona's cave. I will mount up. We'll head back on over that way. And I will rejoin y'all when we get back over there to the territory. So we will see y'all in just a little bit. We're approaching the cave. It should be just around the corner here. Right up in this area, I think. I tell you, it's just so weird. One moment, you know, this morning I'm over in the green hills of the Shire. Let's see, it should be right over here. This morning I'm in the green hills of the Shire, and we're celebrating the repeat of the Summerfest, where I'm fighting. You know, I'm cooling down overheated hobbits and fighting against the heat waves. And then this afternoon, I'm here in these frozen wastelands fighting against Grims, fighting against the ice Grims. It's a weird situation to be in, I tell you. Okay, is it up the hill here a little ways? Must be getting close to night. Yep, it's right on up the hill here and to the left. Must be getting close to night because I noticed the lantern on my... Yep, there it is. Lantern on my horse just lit up. So we are just about done with this adventure today. We're going to head back into Nona's cave, skip Warband Carcass, and I'll see y'all here in just a moment. And there we go. Yeah, let's decline that already. You think when I go inside it would go, ugh. All right, Nona. I think we've got your poultices for you. Recipe for remedy.
The smoke of burning herbs was often used in Lonach. Will it work here?
These are just what I wanted, Gnarlo. Now go to the other chamber and throw these bundles on the fire. I hope the smell of the burning may revive him somewhat. It was a common practice in Lonach, and perhaps its magic will operate here as well. So throw dried herb bundles into the fire in the other cave. Can do. Cardan, I hope you like the perfume of burning bundles. Nona keeps this fire roaring in order to warm the drafty cave, but still the air is chill. Use the bundles. There we go. Talk to the dying man. It seemed to have done the trick. At least for the moment. He may die in front of us, but at least he's talking for the moment.
Who's there? Are you? A friend.
The giant returns.
The man struggles violently for a moment before breathing deeply and attaining a measure of calm.
I am Ludwig, the son of Harding, Elder of the North March. I came to Wildermore to learn what, but no use. Separated from my men, the storm arose, lost in a gale.
Ludwig twists and turns before settling into a calm once more.
The giant's name is Nordzum. He brings the snows and the wind. Something he carries, I think. He saw me in the snow near the city. I was lifted in the air. A thunderous blast of hot air. And then...
Ludwig shakes and will say no more, but the odor of the burning herbs seemed to have broken him out of his stupor. All right, talk to Nona, talk to Horn, and talk to Corridan. All right, so he lived. It looks like we may be taking Ludwig maybe back home to see his father at some point.
He lives, for now, and is the very man we came here to find.
Ludwig, the son of Harding. What would Harding say to know his son was saved by a Dunlending girl? Perhaps it is best not to think of that for now, Gnarlo. I can piece together some of his story from what he has said. He was separated from his men when the storm rose. That must have been the Nurzum approaching. He made for the most visible landmark he could find. It must have been the hill upon which Bir Tor was built. Ill fortune for Ludwig, for that seems to have been Nurzum's destination. We must do something about Nurzum, but what? He is too strong for us to fight directly. Could we trick him in some way? Excuse me. I will think on it, Gnarlo, but I cannot promise a solution that will present itself to me. Continue the quest. Let's go talk to Nona and Horn now. Y'all excuse me. I haven't been having to talk with voices of dwarves and orcs and the dead and dying in a while. It's making my throat pull a bit.
The old ways are best, it seems.
The old ways are best, it seems. I am heartened to know the magic of the healers of Lanux works even in the land of the horse lords. The most injured of my charges is named Ludwig, and he is the man for whom you sought, Gnarlo. What a wonder that they should be one and the same. My father Sulvuch would find some meaning in this, but for me I see fortune only. Still it is happy fortune if he lives. That is not yet certain. For as long as the giant lives, the people are in danger. What will we do about Nurzum? Well, we have fought Nazgul, we have fought giants, we have fought or fought against undead dragons. Makes me wonder just how bad, just how evil can this... We've fought the Watcher in the water. I mean, just how bad can this Nurzum creature be?
Everywhere we go, we find rumor of this giant, this Nurzum.
You say that the man Nona has been trying to heal is the very man for whom we sought, Ludwig, the son of Harding. We found him, but it will be a bittersweet victory if he dies. Everywhere we go, we find rumor of this giant, Gnarlo, the Nurzum. What can we do about Nurzum? We cannot engage him in combat, that much is clear. Attacking his feet might prove possible if we could somehow avoid the attacks that are sure to follow. And by all accounts, he brings the storms of winter with him whenever he treads. That will limit visibility and make it difficult to strike him. I have no military mind, Gnarlo. Nurzum seems invincible to me. But we would need to destroy him, or Wildermore would not be safe. I do not know what to do. Talk to Gleowine. Okay, we can talk to Gleowine. He's back in the other cave. Can y'all just, find a central location? There is plenty. Cool. Hello, Uambur. Nice to see somebody else in these parts. Now, there's plenty of cave to spare, guys. You can move either group to either side.
I am no warrior. I am only an aged musician.
I have nothing to contribute. What can I do against such a ferocious creature? I am no warrior. I am only an aged musician.
Even Theoden King had no more use for me. Completing this quest will unlock an optional interlude from Gleowin's map. Cool.
What am I saying? There is still something I can do.
Chapter 11, Return to Bir Tor.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? There's still something I can do.
For the first time you can remember since arriving in Wildermore, Gleowin favors you with a smile.
How can I have forgotten my own lesson? When I was instructing Horn in the ways of music, one of the very first things I taught him was that the minstrel's greatest power is that of inspiration. Music lets us shine a light upon the darkest corner of our heart, bringing it hope and good feeling. When Horn was still young, I told him this, for I believed it, and I believe it still. Speak to the survivors of Bir Tor in this cave, Gnarlo, and find out what it is they desire, and then make it happen.
Gleowin's smile is even more broad this time.
What? You are the adventurer here, Gnarlo. I am sending them hope, that is all. I am sending them you. Are you sure you weren't a ranger in your youth? I'm just curious.
Talk to Elder Ema Leodwig in Elfgefu. All right, we will do that, but first, that is where we are going to call this an end. Staring at all the little gold rings that have appeared with us now. You are going to send me as hope to them, and I'm going to send you pipeweed smoke. If the smell of the herbs could wake Leodwig, maybe it'll do something for their fine mood as well. There we are. Thank y'all for coming along, folks. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. It's been fun to be back here in the ice and snows of Rohan again, talking with Gleowin and the boys, and to be back in the cave. So we will leave that there. Next time we come back, we will discuss talking to the survivors here and talk to Gleowin and see what it is they want us to do next. Apparently, I would guess from the title down here, we may be going back to Bir Tor. So I will see y'all then. Thanks for coming along, and bye-bye.